Hadouken!
Oh yeah. Baku?
Why doesn't anybody ever want to meet Ringo?
Hey guys, Dalek44 here. I need no introduction, but I got one anyway. Who here doesn't love the Lego Movie? Yes, I've gone on record several times by saying that the Lego Movie is one of the best animated films I've seen in years. And the fact that it's so good that people got upset when it wasn't nominated for an Oscar, grossing over $469.2 million worldwide. Not that I'm counting, of course. And has spanned some planned spin-off movies, such as the recently released Lego Batman movie, the upcoming Lego Ninjago movie, the upcoming Lego movie sequel, and the upcoming Billion Brick Race movie, whatever the hell that's going to be. And with quite a few Lego movies in the pipeline for the upcoming years, it raises the question, can other franchises be made into movies? Since the Lego movie came out, it spanned those spin-offs and sequels that I just talked about earlier. But what about some of the other franchises in the LEGO franchise? Could they all get movies too? And bearing in mind, there have been so many franchises that have been turned into LEGO over the years, whether it be movies, TV shows, or stuff that they made up themselves. So it does make you think what other franchises could be turned into a movie in the future. Because there's a ton of LEGO franchises to go through, I'm not really going to go through all of them because I don't really have that much time to talk about them all. So I'll just go through the ones that I think should get a movie. Like, remember how the Lego Batman movie was such a huge hit in the box office this year? Well, why not make a Lego Batman movie sequel? Or better yet, why not make it the Lego Justice League movie? As much as we love to see the Justice League in the Lego Batman movie, they didn't have as much screen time as some people hoped they would. So this could lead to the possibility of Warner Brothers making a Lego Justice League movie. And maybe show some more of the other DC villains, like the villains that we've seen in the Lego Batman movie, as well as the other DC villains like Lex Luthor, Brainiac, Giganta, the list goes on. And there's also a possibility of perhaps making a Lego Marvel movie. Like, wouldn't you love to see Lego Iron Man, Lego Spider-Man, Lego Hulk on the big screen? And if they wanted to go even crazier, why not make a crossover between Lego Justice League and Lego Marvel? Like, wouldn't you love to see Batman interacting with Iron Man? Another Lego franchise that I'd love to see on the big screen are the Star Wars movies. And because there's been so many Star Wars movies in recent years, then this is how I think that the movies could work out. One movie could be centered around the prequel trilogy, showing all the characters from the prequels and possibly bringing back some of the actors that were in the prequels as well as the Clone Wars, like Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ian McDiarmid as Palpatine, the actor they got to voice Anakin Skywalker in the Clone Wars since he had more emotion and more effort than Hayden Christensen had. The list goes on. Then another Star Wars film could be centered around the original trilogy, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. And possibly even throw Rogue One in there, since that was pretty much a prequel to The New Hope and happened just before The New Hope. And maybe bring back some of the original actors, or some of the actors that have voiced them in Robot Chicken, or even the LEGO Star Wars specials that they showed on TV and DVD. Yeah, if LEGO can make Star Wars specials for TV and DVD, then why not make one for the big screen? And then a third film would be around the new sequel trilogy. But of course that would have to wait till episodes 8 and 9 are released, since they haven't been released yet. Another possible movies they could do with LEGO Star Wars is LEGO Star Wars The Clone Wars and LEGO Star Wars Rebels, since those were two really popular TV shows for the Star Wars franchise. But there is one major problem with doing a LEGO movie based on Star Wars or Marvel. They're both owned by Disney, and the LEGO movies are currently being done by Warner Brothers. And we all know that Warner Brothers and Disney have had a long rivalry in the film business. But that's not to say that movies based on the LEGO franchises owned by Disney isn't possible. The possibility of a LEGO Star Wars movie on the big screen isn't impossible, and it could happen. But either Warner Brothers would have to get permission from Disney to do it, or Disney themselves would have to do it. And they could even do movies based on LEGO franchises that came out during the LEGO Dimensions era, like Doctor Who, Back to the Future, Ghostbusters, the list goes on. But I would definitely love to see LEGO Doctor Who and LEGO Sonic the Hedgehog on the big screen, like maybe in their own movies, or perhaps in the LEGO movie sequel. Since they showed so many of these popular characters in LEGO Dimensions, I see no reason why they can't show up in the LEGO Movie sequel, or even perhaps one of their own movies. So all the well-known LEGO franchises out there based on movies and TV shows and stuff that LEGO have done themselves could get movies in the future. But what about the franchises that a lot of people forget about? For those of you who don't know, or possibly don't remember, LEGO Adventurers is a LEGO theme based on an early 20th century explorer concept. The characters explore new areas and go on adventures. Unlike other LEGO themes, which take place in fictional LEGO universe, most of the adventure sets take place in real-life locations such as Egypt, the Amazon rainforest, India and China. All these sets would be following the adventures of the famous Johnny Thunder, an Australian Indiana Jones type character who goes on many adventures to find lost treasures and ancient artifacts. And he would always be chased on his adventures by his arch-enemy, Sam Sinister. And I think it's possible to do a movie based on LEGO Adventurers since Johnny Thunder made a short cameo in the LEGO Movie. Plus, if they do make a movie based on LEGO Adventurers, it wouldn't only just reconnect the fans from the early days with it, but it would also introduce it to a new generation of fans that never grew up with it. And why stop there? Why not make LEGO big screen movies based on video games, like LEGO Island and LEGO Racers? LEGO Island is one of my favourite LEGO video game franchises, since I've played LEGO Island 2 The Brickster's Revenge and LEGO Island Extreme Stunts. And during the Extreme Stunts days, the LEGO Island minifigures actually did get some own LEGO sets of their own. Like, wouldn't it be cool to see Pepper and the Brickster on the big screen? Like perhaps in their own movie, or perhaps in the LEGO Movie sequel. Plus, having LEGO movies based on LEGO Island and LEGO Adventurers wouldn't just be pleasing to the fans who grew up with it, but it would introduce that franchise of LEGO to a new generation of audiences. Even the LEGO Racers video games I feel should get a big screen movie. Like, wouldn't you love to see Rocket Racer as a master builder building some new cars to help him win a race or something like that? And if they did LEGO movie sets based on the LEGO Movie sequel with Rocket Racer, it'd be the first time you've had Rocket Racer as an official LEGO minifigure set. So yeah, there's so many possibilities for future LEGO movies based on various franchises, old and new, as well as the forgotten ones. And if there's any LEGO movie franchises that you want to see on the big screen, then share your opinions out there and see what everyone thinks. And we just gotta hope that Warner Brothers listens to our ideas and takes them into consideration. I'm Dalek44, and I'll see you next time, folks.